So right now I'm living in London, back home with my family. Because of the pandemic, I currently don't have a job, but throughout the years, I've got to work at different child care facilities and daycares and camps. And most recently, I was a personal support worker for young adults. I started as a CIT in 2012, and then I was a counselor / programmer / integration counselor in 2013, 14, and 15. And I even got to spend some weeks in the kitchen with Mama Bear, which was a hoot. I would have to say accomplished, just because when I think back at who I was and how old I was 15 years old when I started, and the things that I did surprised me. They shocked me so much that I was able to work so hard, care for young children at such a young age, and then also see the things that campers and staff accomplished was just amazing. So definitely just I'm very proud of the teens, the young people that accomplished so much, and I give myself a pat on the back because I'm pretty proud of everything that I got to do. Oh, this is a tough one. I want to say, okay, so any chapel song, but right now, Nothing's Too Big, I think it's called. That song is stuck in my head. And then for a campfire song, I'd have to say Your Mama Don't Wear No Socks, but the camper version. So when campers just yell out random things that sometimes don't rhyme, it's hilarious. So when I left camp, I started school at Brock University, and I studied child and youth studies and education. And at Brock, I got to do a lot of roles that related to camp. I was working in residence, I was working as a personal support worker, a tutor, a coach, all these different fun jobs. One summer I actually worked at a ropes course, which was super fun. And then once I graduated, I thought I knew that what I wanted to do. But I was just kind of going through the motions, and then realized that maybe this isn't something that I want my life to be like forever. And so I made the somewhat courageous decision to stop school, to take a break in December. And right now I'm just trying to figure out, reflect, see where God wants me to go, and just working on some things, reading lots, and yeah, just allowing myself to have the downtime. It's so hard to pick one. It's almost impossible, but there is this one summer, I can't remember which summer, I want to say my second or third year, and there was the Tree Climbers of Canada came to visit. And it just so happens that I was available that week. I was in the kitchen because I think I was supposed to work integration. They didn't show up for whatever reason it was. I was the counselor who got to help with the tree climbers. And basically all I did was gear them up and then hang out in the trees for, it felt like forever, with the campers. And we were laughing and having fun. And I was telling them to go higher and higher so that I could climb higher and higher. And at the end, the guy gave me a t-shirt, and I wear the t-shirt all of the time. And every time people ask me, because it says I'm most alive amongst the trees, but there's a tree in the middle, so people kind of have to tilt their heads. Anyways, anytime someone asks, I'm like, at Pierce Williams, I got to climb trees, and it was so much fun. And I think the reason it's my favorite is because it was such an individual experience. No other staff got to do it. And so it was one-on-one time with the campers, and just, yeah, something I'll never forget. So one of the things at camp that I loved, and I feel like I'm going to sound old for saying this, and right now too, it's not the best time. However, technology is not the only thing. It's not the most important thing. I have just found that dropping our phones off, or not bringing our phones off, and just spending the week in nature, not just in nature, but so focused and have so much attention, and just so like looking through the lens with our eyes instead of a screen, and being entertained by campers and friends and making such relationships, to me is something I've taken with me. I find when I'm at a concert and I see someone pulling out their phone, I'm like, oh, just experience the moment, live in the moment. Or I just find I take like monthly or yearly breaks from social media or breaks from my phone and technology, just because it reminds me at camp that there's so much to be learned from outside. There's so much to be learned from people. And when you give them your full attention and you look at them and you listen to them and you're not bothered, it's the greatest gifts that I've had were from not being on my phone. So yeah. The best advice I've ever received is don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take a compliment from. So basically, don't listen to people who tear you down, who are not the same people you would be coming to and asking to build you up. I think that's so important. And the older I get, the more I realize that the people who really care about you, they're going to be the ones that really matter. Their opinions should matter, not people on the internet or not, whoever it is. So definitely that. So I love books so much. I am currently listening to an audiobook called Have a Little Faith. It's by Mitch Albom. My goal this year is to read every single one of his books. He has more than just Tuesdays with Morrie, and Finding Chica is another one of my favorite books by him. So anything by him I would recommend. And then if you're looking to just read more about like social justice or to just try to figure out kind of the things that have happened the last year, Nick Stone is an awesome author. She's a young adult author, but it's for everyone. Dear Justice and Dear Martin are awesome starting points. They're really short and you'll love the characters. So definitely those two. I would like to see Kira Sheriff Alcock, because I got the chance to see her at Brock and also to work with her at another camp too. So I'd love to just kind of see what she's up to nowadays and her experience. And then Colleen McFly Martin, I would love to see where she's at and just the things, her reflection about camp for sure. Yeah, so I wrote it down because I knew I was going to forget. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Pierce Williams is a place that I am so glad that I spent many of my teenage years, because it was so formative in helping me grow up. It allowed me to mature, it pushed me further than any other job could. It taught me that lunches and meals were meant to be celebrated, and it was the best job I've ever had. I have worked a lot of jobs, and it's definitely been the best by a landslide. And it's just taught me so much about the world. And when people come to me and say, how do you know that God is real and actions of God? I say, because at Pierce Williams, I came face to face with God and felt his love every single day I was there and saw his good work. So people should support Pierce Williams because it's a place where so many incredible things can happen for people, whether you're young or whether you're old. And it's important because I think that there should be places that people can come and where they can see God, where they can hear God, they can feel him, they can celebrate him, and they can learn about him, whether they're a Christian or they're not, whoever they are, just to feel that. And in Matthew 19:14, I think it's Matthew 19:14. It says, Jesus says, let the children come to me. And that is what Pierce Williams does. It lets the children come to God and allows them to be seen and cared for as the gifts that God also says they are, somewhere in Psalms. But so why wouldn't you want to donate to a place like that where people are being changed, not just like emotionally or physically, like people are being changed spiritually, and that's the best kind of place there is. Yeah!